Hey guys, so I thought maybe recording this would be I'm Archie from CrossFit Chichester. This is just another podcast I'm doing today. And today I'm going to talk about the biggest warm-up mistakes that adults make. And I think most of it is just actually doing a warm-up is fundamental. People who tend to be a bit newer to training, love you guys, well done for getting in. We tend to make them maybe too short or just a bit like monostructural, which means that you just sit on a bike and spend that for 10 minutes and then crack on. And that's not how you should treat the warm-up. Warm-ups are really there. There's several goals for a good warm-up to reach. The main one is to get the joints and the blood flow in and around the joints that you're going to be using for that session. So within CrossFit, that could be anything. We could be doing the shoulders, we could be doing upper body, we could be doing the back. We need to be getting the core fired, we need to be getting the hips moving, knees moving, ankles, joints, all that kind of stuff. Really good. But it's more about preparing patterns, because a good warm-up will set you up for a really good session. And I really like to take the opportunity to try and slow down in the warm-ups. I think certainly when we're in a group setting, it's very easy to get distracted and not to focus on the exercise and like how our body should be feeling and all of this kind of stuff. Maybe our joints hurt and those certain things like that. So it's not so much to sweat. So like I'll give you a quick example. So my son has a problem with their pronation. Their feet aren't arching correctly. So the big thing for me, and again, you're not alone. You might be someone that struggles with flat feet or collapsed arch, is that you need to get those arches lifted. You need to work on winding those feet into the ground, getting those glutes fired up and making sure that that's actually happening and that's actually going on a daily basis. Really important stuff. It's crucial to just making sure that your glutes are working, because there's 13, I say 13 like there's a 3, there's 13 rotator muscles in the glutes. So the hip is designed to rotate. And there's only 10 flex and extensor muscles in the hip. So it's designed to develop torque. We've evolved to develop torque against things. And when that doesn't happen, the body develops in weird ways, and then it makes all kinds of weird compensations. So we have to try and make sure that the movements that you're doing in the warm-up are done really, really well and build you up really slowly. Whenever I do my warm-ups, I try and ensure that my body's feeling good. So I will, and if my body doesn't feel good or if I feel crap, let's take example push-ups, right? Now I'm someone that can knock out 40 to 50 push-ups in one go without too much of a problem. But if my body and my shoulders are feeling crap, I'll do push-ups off my knees in the beginning, just to get my body feeling right. And only when I'm feeling good do I start going into full range of motion stuff. It's literally that simple. I'm just going through some notes. If the warm-up is not matching what you're doing, it's a waste of time. So if I'm going to go and do deadlifts, so hinging, lifting the weight off the floor, and I'm not doing hinging exercises in the warm-up, not doing stuff that's bracing my core, not doing stuff that's going to help me get my lats turned on and get all of those muscles that we're engaging with the deadlift set up, then there's not much point in doing it. Now, you could argue that rowing is a deadlift exercise, and I would say yes, you are correct, but you do also need to be doing more things. And there's a lot more that can be achieved in a deadlift warm-up session, and you can achieve a lot more from properly getting your body warming and moving, etc. And yeah, 5 to 10 minutes maximum. It just beats random stretching. Now, runners. Let's talk about runners. You guys, I love you, but what happens when you go for a run? We just set off. And it takes the first mile for it to feel good, or maybe first couple of miles to feel good. Now, please, oh God, warming up for a run is just the best thing you can do. So let's think about what exercises are good for running as an example. Skipping, really good. Bounding, bouncing, really good. Full range of motion lunges, heel clicks, butt kicks, high knees, all that kind of stuff. Double leg broad jumps. That kind of stuff's really good. It doesn't have to be super hardcore, depending on the distance, but it's just good to get the right muscles working. Very simple, very, very simple stuff, guys. I don't want to make you feel silly for not knowing this stuff. But skipping warm-ups can be your biggest downfall. It's been my biggest downfall. A few years ago, probably one of the only times that I actually ever injured my back, I was doing a set of squat clean thrusters. Okay, they were probably too heavy, but that wasn't the real problem. The real problem was the fact I hadn't warmed up, and I just went into it with an empty barbell, one squat clean thruster, 2 o'clock, and then just started adding weight. My body wasn't properly prepared, my core wasn't properly prepared, and all of a sudden I sort of felt this pain going through my back, and I was like, ooh. And I finished the rep, and then I was like, oh no. And you can tell because you can't hinge anymore. Your body's trying to stop you from moving in that pattern. That was exactly what was happening to me. And I was in quite a bit of pain. It was really uncomfortable. I felt like I'd torn something down my back. Probably had. But I'd done something to the CNS and it wasn't very good. That was all down to not warming up properly. Now, some people, you can hurt yourself, hurt your back, not having warmed up and doing all the right things, but you certainly are mitigating those risks when you properly get your body moving. It also feels a lot better. Okay, training is designed to feel really good, and making sure that you're warming up correctly is really important. It's really, really important because you just get more blood flow. Give you another example. Single leg squats. Again, really technical, really difficult exercise. And what is that? When are your best pistol squats? Usually when you're at the end of the session. Usually when you are most warm, because you are requiring your joints, your ankle, your hip, your knee to flex the most. And how that happens is it's like spaghetti. It only works when it's really, really warm, fully cooked, ready to rock and roll. So, and that's when I hit my best reps. And certainly if you're an older athlete, it's even more important. We find that sort of as age progresses, the length of the duration of warm-up needs to be a bit longer. There we are, guys. I hope you found that useful. Thanks for making it this far. I'm going to be doing a few more of these. It's great fun. I love talking about training. I love talking about this stuff. It's a real good opportunity to be able to share this stuff. I feel like I've been doing this for such a long time now. Built up a lot of experience in training and all kind of things, gym. So yeah, thanks for jumping on, guys. And we'll see you in the next one.